people who maybe never have experiences, you owe them something too, bro. Give them something too.
That's true. That is true.
That was a rant, huh? My bad.
No, that was good. That was good. That is true.
I'm saying it to you, and I get passionate about it.
Because you're staying in the bubble. Like, step out the bubble.
Yes,
like
bro.
The boy in the bubble. Get the hell out of that fucking bubble.
I heard you say that's the goal, is to go.
I do want to do it.
And you don't have to forget about them. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever will. Because I love who I am. I love my culture. I love being a homie. The whole aspect of it is cool as fuck. Like, and I know I shouldn't even like feel it, but I just feel like it gave me a reason for being, you know. And because there was a change when I was trying to transition. Mm-hmm. I grew my hair. I fucking was like, you know, I changed everything, right? Yeah. And I felt so fake,
bro.
Like, I felt so fake, and that's when I told my lady, like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it because you know what? If somebody's gonna love me or somebody's gonna accept me, somebody's gonna open the door because of how I look. It's my character, what I bring. You know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
And I know how to act. I can be professional. I you know, I'm not gonna be like how you said some guy acting. Nah, I'm not like that. Yeah. Obviously, I grow and I evolved in time, and I learned to pick my fights. You know. Yeah. And I think the only thing, like you said, is holding me back is myself.
Yeah, man. I'm seeing that because it's coming from a good place, though, man. Because I see it. It's and you're gonna see, bro. You're gonna learn as it goes along that it is like two different worlds.
It is, huh?
And there does come a decision point. That there is
go full or stay.
And are you gonna worry about this? You know, the homegrown shit. And of course you should care about. I still do, like, I mean, like, on a crazy level. And then you start thinking, okay, but like how they say on the airplane, right? You got to put the mask on yourself first. So first thing you got to do, like you said, is bust out the bubble, go to this mainstream audience, and then now you got the mask on you for the oxygen. Now you could look back because now you're not rushing. Now it's not so high stress because I know that high stress life. I know it, like. Yeah. Where it's like, how am I going to put gas in the car? Yeah. Am I going to get smoked on the way to just go get the six pack? Yeah. Like, that's a hype. Like, we're just always in survival mode. So
yes. Sucks.
Get the mask on you first, G. Get into that mainstream audience, and I see it for you, man. And I'm not saying you have to put any of it away, you know?
Yeah.
Because we're
just keep pushing forward, huh?
Just keep going.
Because I've done big shows, and like we were talking about earlier, like my like I always wanted to be a comedian, right? So I wanted to hear it from somebody, right? So, you know, shout out to the homie Felipe Esparza, right? First comedy show I've gone to in my life, ever. Oh, one of his shows, and we're gonna go again. So I go to a show, right? Man, and I'm chilling, and I dress like this, huh? So I go up there, I see him, I hear him, and I'm like, "God, this fool's funny as fuck." But I'm thinking maybe, you know, he acts different. I want to see how he acts. So I paid for like a meet and greet, like, you know how you pay extra?
Yeah. Like a VIP ticket.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I'll pay at work. I want to see this. I want to know the guy, right? In a certain sense. I go, he's signing shirts and all this, right? Boom. So when I see him, I'm like, dude, you know, how's he gonna act? You know, how's he gonna talk? Cool as fuck, dude. Cool as fuck. He's like, hey, lady here, sign. He's like signing shit. He's like signing all kinds of shit, right? So I talked to him and I was like, hey, dog, like, I know you don't know me, but I was like, how long you been doing comedy? So he started telling me a little bit about himself, like where he grew up at, like, he was hood también. Yeah. Same thing. And he goes, and I tell him, what do you think if I was to do comedy? And he starts laughing. He goes, bro, that'd be hilarious. And I was like, why? Like, why? What would you like? You think I could do it? And he goes, you could do anything. He goes, you have the capability. We have it to do anything. He, you know, he smokes weed and all that, right? So I think he was just talking on a trip. But he goes, it would be funny because people are just pretty much programmed to fear homies. Like we're people are see us and they're like, oh shit. But if you were to get that ball and do it a curveball and make it funny, he goes, it'll be hilarious.
Homie, you have like it's a jam, bro. Like I mean, this is what we were talking about. Yeah, man. This is.
So I'm gonna go to another show and I'm gonna tell dude, I did it.
It's like yeah, bro. It's like you just said. Oh, that's gonna be a beautiful moment when you get to see. Yeah, but you had mentioned that you wanted to humanize.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like his advice. He's like, oh, for you, like people are trained to fear, or we always fear that.
It'd be funny.
Homie, it is funny. It's been funny. You're
Yeah.
doing good, dog.
Yeah.
And something I was gonna say. Oh yeah, about the fact that you paid for the VIP to go back to the meet and greet and how
I did it to support them.
Yeah, and you did it and you felt good about it and this and that. I like that because I've noticed
A lot of people won't do it, though.
we do that and like usually 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Hey, could you grab 2 more Elysians, please? Thank you. We tend to like. Okay, let's say if you're selling, you have a taqueria, right?
Yeah.
And I know you, you know me, and I'm like, hey, bro, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm catering it. What do you charge for 50 people? And you're like, oh, I charge 500.
Yeah.
I'm like, you do me 3? Don't we always do that?
We do, dog. I swear to God, we do.
And I love what you did because this is what I'm learning to do now. Is I don't want no discounts. Like if I know
Full
you,
price.
shouldn't I support you
Yeah.
even more? Why should I?
Yeah.
Why would I get a discount?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be? Shouldn't
Full
I
price.
get full price and a tip?
Yeah.
And tell everybody where I got it. And that's kind of like the line that you're in. I like that. And, oh, gracias. I like that shit, bro. And so I have a cousin who sells. Shout out to Healthy Life Water, and she's the one that kind of taught me that. Is like, why do we always ask for a discount with people that we know? That's the people you should, pump up.
That's the people we should support.
Go to McDonald's, but hey, let me get a discount.
McDonald's,
Hit them
fuck
up,
about
yeah,
it.
you know. So I like that you do that, man, and that you take your, your earned
I always
money.
do. My lady knows. Like I always, like, I mean, even though the way I look at it is like I feel like I came from, let's say the gutter, the shitter. Let's say it straight out shitter, because I came from prison and a fucked up, and I could never knock the game because you know what, it taught me like to care about my culture. Obviously, there's plenty of people who care about our cultures. There's organizations and everything, but that was my way of looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just my way of learning, let's say. When I got out, I brought that with me. Like, I still care about my people, though. Like, and I always will. I always will. If I see the guy selling corn, I'm buying corn, though. If I see the guy selling flowers, I'm buying flowers, though. And if it's more, I don't mind paying more. I don't mind because, you know what, at the end of the day, it's like, why am I going to support this motherfucker living in fucking who knows where, Granada Hills, when I could support this man right here, making tacos, whatever the hell it is. Like, that's why I do it. And I don't do it for recognition. I do a lot of stuff off camera. I donate to the homeless. I donate clothes. I donate my time. I do a lot. And I don't do it on camera because I don't want the recognition. I do it because, you know what? I've been there. I've been homeless. I've been on drugs. I've been fucked up. I've been in a crazy home. I've been in fucked up places. And I feel like those places are what show you, like, damn, like, I'm free now. I can sit here. I can talk to this person. I can have a normal life. And you know what, like, it shows you to appreciate stuff, and I mean, God willing, I do make it, and I feel like I am.
Amen.
That's what I'm gonna get back to us, like our people, though.
I like that. Something that you talked about. I know. I don't like to get too much into politics in public. I study politics, history.
I love politics.
I love that shit.
History, all that too.
Bro, we'll talk off camera a little bit more, but something that I want to talk about is that you're already touching on it. Really, is about voting.
Yeah, we don't vote. Give a shit.
Voting with our dollars.
Yeah.
Let's vote with our money because
put it back into the hood. Yeah,
let's pick because here's the thing, bro. If we all stop going to McDonald's and we pick a taqueria that's good, like not because just because it's raza, no, because they're competent, because they do good, right?
Exactly. It could be a black man.
It doesn't matter. Be competent. Be good at what you do, and I'm supporting you. So
exactly.
And we pick one of them, we can pick our winners. And so we don't need to, this is my philosophy, I don't want to get too deep into it, but we don't necessarily need to go to the voting polls. Yeah. Because like how they say, how do you hit a big mafioso CEO type guy? You hit him in their wallet. Let's vote with our money.
Exactly.
Instead of going to the big corporate show, I'm going to Young Beef's comedy show. Yeah. I'm going to this taco place. And we can vote with our money.
That's true. And when we don't, we
want
rather give it away.
We want to spend $1,500 on the Louis V shoes, but the homie that did the handcrafted artwork on the thing, we won't even pay him $200.
Yeah.
Like, hold up,
exactly.
Like, we could pick the winners. We can make our own people the new Louis V's.
And before you know it, the thing is, when you have talent, it's gonna come up. It's gonna come like I don't know if you heard of this guy named Roscoe. He's a guy that does like murals for like Fools Gone Wild and all that, right?
Okay.
I met him, right? And
they have good artwork.
Yeah, he has good artwork.
Yeah.
And at first he was paying, like charging so much, and And I told him, fool, you got talent. It's a matter of time, fool. You know how I say it's like when when it's there, fool. Boom, now he's legit. It's just about whether you want it or not, and he got it. You know, I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, that fool made it. I didn't. You know, I'm glad people make it though. I've always been like that because it's like, why? There's so much. One thing I learned is like I told you, I love to read, dog. And when I read, I like to comprehend the actual stuff that I'm reading.
Yeah.
And I read a book years ago about this guy named Viktor Frankl. He wrote a book about being like in the concentration camps. He was like an actual
In
Jew.
the Soviets or the German?
In
Okay,
German, right?
Okay.
And he hated the Nazis, dog. He hated them, and you know they have every right to do it, dog.
Yeah.
So he could not write, or because he's a psychologist, right? He couldn't fully do his job because he carried that hate. So when I read this book, I was like, "This is stupid as fuck." It's something called something about happiness, right? But it's his book. It's a good book. So no, it's the path to true happiness.
Wait, but you could see something in it that was like, what is this?
Yeah, it was a self-help book, fool.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, you know what? Like, so I'm reading it, I give it a whirl. But once I really like understand the book, I'm like, I get it. He had so much hate towards them because they oppressed him, because they did heinous things that we can't say they were cool or you know.
Nobody's co-signing that shit.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it was horrible. But he let it go, and the minute he let it go, he learned that he was able to practice better as a psychologist. He let that weight go of hate, and he was able to be a better man. He was able to be a better father, a better husband. So what I got out of that book was, you know what's going to take me more energy to hate a person